Like, comment, subscribe for more content. Hey guys, so my name is Leon, and today we're gonna be going over episode 19 of Big Brother 22, aka Big Brother All Stars. With that being said, let's just jump right into the episode, shall we? So the episode starts off with obviously Danny, putting Ian on the block against Tyler, um, and Ian. So far, you know, basically she says that Ian's the ultimate pawn, and Ian, being smart as he is, knows that that's false. That sometimes the pawn dude goes home, and he's always nervous about the boats and everything. So he goes up, he talks to Danny, he talks to Nicole. Nicole's also upset that he's in the block for a variety of reasons. She thinks that, you know, you could put up Enzo, you could put up Memphis, but they decided to put up her side of lines, which is bad for her game. That she loses a number for her, but Cody still has Enzo and Memphis, and he doesn't lose a number. So there's stuff like that. But I think this is a I don't really have much really to say about this episode, to be honest. I just feel like, for the most part, like the edit tried to show us Ian was like had a chance to stay, that Nicole was the swing boat here, and yes, he was swing boat. But to be honest, from if you watch the live feeds, but even if you don't watch the live feeds, like yes, the bond ended up blowing out Tyler instead of Ian. But with Kevin, Devon, and David, even the fact that David had a relationship with Tyler previously, even if even David ended up going with Davon and Kevin to blow out Tyler, Tyler still had five boats already locked in. He already had Christmas. He already had Memphis. He already had Enzo. He already have Cody. So that's four boats locked. And Danny, who, even though he said that Ian is the ultimate pawn and Ian's a pawn, she had the intention to send him home. So it was obvious from her and that even though she had to nominate four people, that Ian was gonna be the one sent home if she had a tiebreaker. So Ian had really little to no chance to save himself, and even Nicole didn't want to see him go home. Nicole know the best thing for her alliance is to get rid of him, unfortunately for her. And she was so super upset about it. But to be honest, if you really think about it, I'm super glad that finally the game is going to the second gear, because I feel like for the last few weeks it's been simply, oh, like let's take out somebody who's on the bottom of the alliances. Let's just go after people like that. And people in the majority and their side alliances never really lost numbers yet. And now we see guys like Ian, who's a big winner, not a big winner, but is a winner of the season. Someone like that is finally getting targeted, and I think for the next few weeks, we're gonna see a lot of big threats going home. Maybe one after one, maybe one after another. So it's gonna be really interesting. We can see how it goes. Um, I think, yeah, nothing. But when it gets to the eviction and people line up to vote out to when it gets to the live eviction, obviously you see the votes come at 5-3, and honestly, like I said, I was shocked that it went 5-3. Like I thought personally it was gonna go 8-0, because I feel like Kevin, Devon, and David was gonna see get a sense of what's going on in the house, and they're gonna be like, all right, why not vote with the majority so we don't show our cards and just brought out Ian, because even they went, if Tyler leaves, Tyler should be somebody who, he's aligned with Cody and Enzo. He's somebody who's gonna go after Danny. He's somebody who's gonna go after Nicole. So why not try to use Tyler as a shield? I think Ian is less likely to target Nicole or Danny, and I feel like Tyler's more likely to do that, in my opinion. So yes, keep it going, keep it trying to put Ian in is a decent move, but I think try putting Tyler is a better move for them, and they should have voted for Tyler to stay. Because what if Tyler was a choice, and now he's gonna be like, I am putting up Kevin and LeBron, and he has good reason to do so because Kevin and LeBron did vote against him in tonight's eviction. But anyways, you come back to the vote. It's a 5-3 vote. Nicole doesn't vote to keep Ian. Ian goes home. Yada yada yada. And I think it was super classy for Ian, by the way, to like when he is interviewed jury. He's like, oh, he was very graceful and kind of classy for the most part. He didn't really like throw him on the bus like Casey did a few weeks ago. He was like, all right, good game. They got him good, yada yada. And then Julie explains that, oh, there's a big alliance looking there. You see in the goodbye messages that, you know, the committee, which I don't know why CBS is still pushing the committee alliance out there. I just think that the committee is not the real alliance that's pushing out there for the game. Yes, Memphis is Christmas is involved in the majority, regardless, but I feel like it's more of a Cody, Danny, Nicole, Enzo, um, and Tyler. I think it's those five who, in my opinion, will core Memphis and Christmas. When it comes down to like, let's say a final seven situation, I feel like those two will be probably more vulnerable targets and will probably be the first two to go out of those final seven. But that's just me. Anyways, Ian goes. Julie says, hey, it's the first time she interviewed Ian and she wished she could give him a hug, all that good stuff. And I think, you know, Ian's a good player. I don't know. I don't think he played well this season, really. I think he played decently. I think that he did similar things that he did in Big Brother 14 as, seeing who was the power duo, power pair, or power players and made alliance with them. Like, for example, the Four Prime or alliance up with Nicole. He at least tried to stick with people who are in power, but he wasn't in the real majority. I feel like he played a little bit too passively, in my opinion. I feel like he tried to create alliances a little bit too late. He should have not been more aggressive, but he should have, had some analysis of the house and then try to stick with certain alliances sooner. But that's just me. Um, Ian's gonna be the first member of the jury, which is interesting for him. I'm glad he at least he made a jury. It gives him more credit as a winner that yes, he didn't play as well as you could have, but at least he made a jury and he did had some good reads in the middle of his game, like in a week three and stuff like that. So it's not like he was completely off. And yeah, obviously that was helping. But Ian's a good player. Anyways, the H race competition is also another one that if you have the live feeds, you get to see who wins right away tonight. But if you don't, you have to wait till Sunday to win. And I'm hoping either a Tyler or Enzo win it or Cody win it, which is kind of unpopular to say, or I want like a Davon to win it, or maybe like a Kevin or David. Like either want somebody who's has control of the majority or somebody who is on the bottom. Because to me, we're gonna see really if somebody's majority, they're gonna yes, it might be boring. They put up, two people who are on the bottom, but what if the third person on that bottom, let's say David, Kevin, get put up the bottom, is takes down Kevin again, and then they have to once again target somebody off the majority, for example, right? And then if it's somebody like on the bottom, like a David or Kevin, especially somebody like David at H race would be very chaotic and it'll be very interested. Like you see somebody like that win H race, then somebody from majority power play could go home. So I'm really excited to see where this goes. I hope the right person wins HOH and we get to see a interesting game go forward. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. More content comes soon and adios.